to CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas. Mike Mitkiff along with Jason Souls here on E2 Extra. We're here each Wednesday from noon to 1. And if you're in the Marshall, Texas area, join us during the broadcast of the show on the ETBU Sportsnet. You can have the buffet, including the drink, for $5. Now it's time to talk Tiger basketball with the assistant coach of the Tigers, Michael Prather. And Michael, how long have you been at ETBU? Seems like you've been here as long as I have.
It's my 11th year.
I've been here, I'm working on my 12th year, so I've seen you around a long time.
That's right.
Now, as the assistant basketball coach, what are some of the duties that you do to help the Tigers win?
Well, there's a lot of them, including some very important things like recruiting, practice planning each day, game planning, but also a lot of the smaller, thankless tasks, laundry, getting the floor ready for practice each day.
Let's talk about the upcoming season. The Tigers open up on November 15th against Millsaps. How have your workouts been going? Are y'all making the progress that you'd like to make?
We are. This group has been with us. Some, this is their third year, some it's their fourth. They've had some good years and some disappointing ones, and they're hungry. We've got the culture we want, and they've been working hard, and they're ready.
Let's talk about some of your returning players you got coming back. Irby Thompson, who led the team in scoring last year, 12.6 points per game. Justin Felicia, one of your post players, 8.3 average per game. Let's talk about Irby and Justin and their leadership and how important it is this year.
Both really smart players. They take to the coaching we give them, do everything we want them to do. Both play very hard, shoot the three well. They've been in the league for a number of years, so they know what it takes to win and what we are asking of them on a day-to-day basis.
In the past, I've spent a lot of time walking during my lunch hour, and a lot of times I see Irby out there working on his three-point shot. He has last season he averaged 38.3% from the three-point line. That's pretty high, isn't it?
He was even higher the year before that. He's been around 40% each year, and I think he's in the top 5 in all-time three-point field goals made at ETBU, and he'll move up that list. He's a hard worker and a really good shooter.
Okay, we mentioned Thompson, mentioned Felicia. I got to mention Kerry McClahan. He's a guy that comes off the bench for you that seems to come in and do some things that you need off the bench.
Kerry's high energy. He's athletic. He's quick. He can do things that nobody else on our roster can do. And with him, it's kind of a good game, bad game thing. But when he's having a good night, he's very dangerous.
Had to mention Kerry's game. He's one of the student workers office in the Office of Admissions and spends a lot of time in our office working as well as on the basketball court. Jason Souls, you have a question for Michael Prather, the assistant basketball coach at ETBU.
Yeah, Coach, talk about a little bit about the experience on the front line with Andre, Jamil, Justin, and Kerry. Those guys are all juniors and seniors that have been in the program. Do you see that being the strength of the team this year?
Certainly they bring two things to us that's really important. Rebounding-wise, we've been a good rebounding team the whole time they've been here. We expect to be a good or great rebounding team, and they protect the rim for us. Jamil and Justin in particular, very long and rangy. They do a good job preventing other teams from getting close shots at high percentages.
And talk a little bit about progression for guys like Dylan Augustine, who were, maybe not for the coaches, but for the fans was a surprise last year. Talk a little bit about his progression from a freshman to a sophomore, and then maybe are there any other guys that we're going to be surprised about once the season starts?
Dylan was a surprise to us as well. I would like to say that I knew he was going to be that good, but we didn't. But we love that kid. Does everything in the world you ask him to do. Really smart and a hard worker. And throughout the year, he improved every single game, and that's continued. The type of work ethic he has, he's going to be a really good player in this league for this year and the rest of his career. Another kid that came in with him will be a sophomore this year, Tyler Day, very explosive scorer. He's got some other areas he needs to improve on, but if he does and allows himself to get on the floor for more minutes, he's going to put up a lot of points on different nights.
Now, Dylan Augustine, he's from Jennings, Louisiana. I know last year in the open season against Centenary, he probably had the most fans there, Jason. I think his whole family showed up. He brings a crowd with him he plays.
Yeah, especially when we play in Louisiana. But even up here, it's about 3.5 hour drive, and they travel. They bring us food also.
That's always good. Kind of keeping along with that, Junior Mitchell, who's been with the program a little bit now, Marshall guy, brings a bit of toughness